The drama begins with an exorcism session. We see a strange-looking man tied up by his hands and feet, possessed by a ghost that has taken control of him. Everyone around is terrified of his condition. Suddenly, the fortune teller arrives, the one who is supposed to treat him. She begins to perform strange rituals to drive the spirit away. She's talented, gifted with great spiritual energy, and everyone is impressed by her power, cheering her on to banish the ghost. She almost succeeds in expelling it, but suddenly her alarm rings. We discover she's late. She quickly throws on her school uniform, and her true identity is revealed. She's still a high school student. Her name is Cyan, a beautiful but orphaned girl. She remembers she has an important exam and is forced to abandon the session and run. Being poor, she can't afford the bus, but she doesn't give up. She spots a bicycle, hops on, and rides at top speed. When she reaches school, she jumps over the fence since the gates are locked. It's clear she's used to doing this every day, but this time she stumbles and nearly falls. Just then, a handsome boy appears and catches her before she hits the ground. His name is Wing, her close friend. He takes her to class, where the girls welcome him warmly because of his looks, but then they slam the door in Cyan's face. We learn she is shunned by her classmates, disliked because she works as a fortune teller. Though it hurts her, she forces herself to laugh even when she's upset. She sits for her exam, trying to focus, but her mind wanders because of her double life. She guesses answers at random, hoping to get lucky. A classmate, Huang, mocks her, saying, "With your level, you should go back to middle school instead of dreaming about university." Furious, Cyan vows to study harder. She stays up late but ends up falling asleep over her books. That night, she dreams a nightmare of a ghost child approaching her, and she wakes up terrified. The next morning, she rushes to work. Her life is divided, student by day, exorcist by night. When she arrives, she finds many people waiting for her. She tries to sneak past unnoticed, but an old woman spots her. We learn this woman is her spiritual mother, who raised her and taught her the rituals of exorcism. The woman is angry at her lateness. Cyan explains she was studying and says she wants to graduate, go to university, and live like a normal girl. But her spiritual mother scolds her harshly. Resigned, Cyan changes into her exorcist robes and wears a mask to hide her true identity. Clients begin to enter, but their problems seem trivial to her. One man can't find a job, another woman wants to have a child. She thinks to herself how petty these requests are, yet she still helps them. Then a new client arrives, and this time her heart beats differently. He's a tall, broad-shouldered, handsome young man named Jun. She blushes, staring at him with dreamy eyes, but when she looks closer, she sees his aura inverted. She realizes he is cursed and will die soon. His grandmother enters with him, explaining that he has been unlucky since birth, surviving many near-death accidents. She begs Cyan to create a charm of luck for him because she has no one else in her life but him. Cyan is deeply moved. She cannot tell the grandmother the truth that June has only 20 days left to live. Instead, she decides to test his character. She asks him what he would do if he saw a little boy crying alone on the street. June replies that he would stay with the boy, comfort him until he stops crying. His kindness touches Cyan. He passes the test. She promises the grandmother she will do anything to save him. But her spiritual mother overhears and scolds her, warning that if she gets involved with Jun, his curse will pass to her, and she might die in his place. Cyan refuses to listen. She confesses she has already fallen in love with him at first sight and cannot abandon him. The next day at school, exhausted from working all night, she falls asleep in class. The teacher interrupts, announcing the arrival of a new transfer student. To her shock, it's June. Everyone is dazzled by his looks. When Cyan calls out his name, the students stare at her in disbelief, asking if she knows him. Embarrassed, she stays quiet, and a jealous girl mocks her for trying to stick to him. Cyan feels humiliated, but June, being kind, pretends to know her and greets her warmly, saving her pride. After class, she tries to thank him, but he explains he only did it so she wouldn't be embarrassed. Still, Cyan is touched, and her admiration for him grows stronger. Later, while walking home, she sees June crossing the street. Suddenly, a ghost tries to push a signboard onto him. She races forward, pulling him away just in time, saving his life. Instead of thanking her, Jun becomes angry. He tells her she risked her own life and warns her to stay away from him because anyone close to him gets hurt. Then he walks away. Sion realizes he has suffered from these accidents all his life. Her heart aches for him, and she becomes more determined to help. She visits a sorcerer and obtains a protective talisman for June, but staying up all night again leaves her weak. The next day at school, she collapses from exhaustion. Wing notices and catches her before she falls, carrying her to the infirmary. While resting, Sion dreams of her childhood memories. We learn she has been able to see ghosts since she was very young, and because of that, her parents abandoned her. Left crying in the streets, she was eventually found and raised by her spiritual mother. Sion wakes up and realizes she's late for work. She hurries home, puts on her mask so Jun won't recognize her, and when he arrives, she gives him the protective talisman she made. But Jun refuses to take it. He snaps at her, saying she's a fraud just like all the fortune tellers before her, and walks away. Sion feels hurt. She was planning to give it to him for free from her heart. Confused but unwilling to give up, she vows to save his life no matter what. The next day, she secretly follows him to protect him. She notices a trail of water on the floor and trails behind him, only to find herself in the boys' bathroom. There, she senses something strange. Suddenly, the ghost of a vengeful girl appears and lunges at her. Thinking it's just a normal student, the ghost doesn't realize Sion is powerful. With fiery determination, Sion grabs her by the hair and warns her not to get reckless, or she'll be hurt. She orders the ghost to leave the school, or else she'll perform a full exorcism on her. At that moment, a group of bullies barges into the bathroom to smoke. Sion hides, holding her breath so they won't discover her. But then June enters. The ghost sees him, recognizes that he's cursed, and immediately tries to possess him. She climbs onto his shoulders, choking him, and Jun feels as if he's drowning. He thinks it's the end for him. Sion refuses to let him die. She bursts out of hiding and splashes the ghost with holy water, pressing the protective talisman against it. The spirit shrieks and vanishes. The bullies, unable to see the ghost, think Sion has lost her mind, spraying water and yelling at nothing. But Sion doesn't care. She's just happy she managed to save Jun's life. Beaming with relief, she steps closer to him. But when the principal learns of the chaos, he punishes them, ordering them to clean the bathroom for a week. Sion protests, but it's useless. June, furious, blames her, not realizing she was trying to help. When she tries to explain, she makes up an excuse about seeing a cockroach and spraying water to kill it. Jun doesn't buy it. Harshly, he tells her to stay away from him, or he'll break her bones. He storms off, leaving Sion heartbroken. Yet she whispers to herself, "This is the man I will marry." Later, the bullies surround her, angry that she got them punished too. They gang up on her, but Jun notices and rushes in, worried they'll hurt her. But before he can act, Sion grabs cleaning tools and fights them off with fearless energy. The bullies scatter, terrified of her. Jun can't help but admire her strength, though he still maintains a cold attitude and keeps her at a distance. Determined to protect him, Sion asks her friend Wing for help. Wing agrees. In class, he pretends to stumble and manages to steal Jun's phone. Sion sneaks out and slips the protective talisman into the phone case, then asks Wing to return it. But just then, Jun's grandmother appears. She notices the phone and immediately recognizes it. It belongs to her grandson. Though suspicious, she brushes it off and invites them all to her home. Jun refuses, but Sion eagerly accepts, seeing this as her chance to place more protective charms. At Jun's house, she discreetly spreads talismans around every corner. Only one room remains, Jun's. But Jun grows wary and sets a pillow in front of her, ordering her not to move while he gets her a glass of water. He accidentally trips and falls, and when Sion rushes toward him, he stiffens, thinking she's about to hug him. Instead, she simply grabs tissues to wipe the spilled water. They share dinner afterward, and Jun's grandmother beams with joy, happy to see them together. Sion notices Jun's sensitivity and loneliness. He has always lived only with his grandmother after his parents abandoned him because of his bad luck. She tries to comfort him, revealing her own painful truth. Her parents abandoned her too because of her ghostly gift, and it was her spiritual mother who raised her. Wing is shocked, learning her past for the first time. Later, Wing takes her to Jun's room to talk in private. While there, Sion seizes the chance to place another protective charm. She approaches his wardrobe, but accidentally knocks down a box. To her surprise, it's filled with gold medals. Jun was once a champion marksman. Amazed by his hidden talent, she asks about it, but Jun simply replies that he has retired and puts the medals away. Just then, Sion receives a call from her spiritual mother, scolding her for being late to work. She hurries to leave, but Jun's grandmother follows her outside. With a gentle smile, she says, "I'll know you're a fortune teller. Thank you for helping my grandson." Sion is touched, and she promises she will save his life no matter what. The next day, news spreads at school. Jun was once a star marksman, but with it, rumors surfaced that he also caused a massive fire at his old school, which forced him to transfer. Students begin whispering that he's cursed. Fear spreads, and Jun quickly goes from admired heartthrob to isolated outcast. The cruel stares and whispers crush him. Unable to take it, he leaves class and hides in the storage room. There, a malicious ghost appears, determined to finish him off. Sion searches for him and discovers he left behind his phone, the one carrying her protective charm. Alarmed, she realizes he's in danger. She rushes to find him. By then, the ghost has already set the storage room ablaze. Trapped in the flames, Jun recalls the painful memory of watching his classmate die in a fire at his old school. Feeling cursed and hopeless, he resigns himself to death. But Sion breaks down the door, braving the flames to save him. She spots the ghost behind him and hurls a magic charm, driving it away. Using water, she fights the fire and pulls Jun to safety. He looks at her, astonished that she risked everything for him. For the first time, he takes her hand, thanking her sincerely. A spark of admiration flickers in his heart. Their moment is cut short when the principal learns of the fire. Instead of believing Sion, he blames Jun entirely, forcing him to write a letter of apology. Though Sion defends him, no one listens. Jun grows colder, telling her to stay away. He's terrified that his curse will harm her too. He walks away in silence. Later, trying to clear his mind, Jun goes to the school field. A coach spots him and, impressed by his posture, invites him to join the archery team. But Jun refuses, insisting he's cursed, not talented. That night after work, Sion prepares to rest when Jun's grandmother pays her a visit. With tears in her eyes, she confesses how hard Jun's life has been since childhood. His misfortune drove his parents away, leaving only her to raise him. Overwhelmed with sorrow, she grips Sion's hands, but to Sion's horror, her hands turn transparent. Jun's grandmother is dead. She has become a ghost. Her final wish is clear: please, take care of Jun. And with that, she disappears, leaving Sion in shock and tears. Sion is devastated by Jun's grandmother's death. She cries, promising the spirit that she will never leave Jun's side and will always protect him. Meanwhile, Jun returns home and finds his grandmother lying lifeless on the floor. The moment he realizes what happened, he breaks down completely. She had been his everything, the reason he smiled, the one who gave him strength to keep fighting. Now she has slipped away from his hands. The next day, Jun arranges a funeral for her, but tragically, nobody attends. Everyone is too afraid of him, whispering that he is cursed. Only Sion refuses to abandon him. Wearing her fortune teller's robe, she shows up to stand beside him. Jun is surprised to see her and suspicious. He still believes she's a fraud. He tells her to leave, but she refuses, saying she's there for his grandmother. She sits by his side against his will, determined to protect him from the spirits. She sees how utterly alone he is, with no one to comfort him, and secretly sends a message to Wing, asking him to come. Before long, Jun's relatives arrive, but not to mourn. Instead, they're furious that his grandmother spent all her money on him, leaving them nothing to inherit. They mock him, calling him cursed. Enraged, Sion steps forward and defends him, telling them they are selfish and rotten, that Jun is blameless and has suffered his whole life while they were spoiled. They don't listen, and one even tries to strike Jun. Suddenly, Wing arrives. He grabs the man's hand, warning him that if he touches Jun again, he'll break it. Then Wing stands beside Jun, giving him strength and support. Jun feels grateful. For the first time in a long while, he doesn't feel completely alone. But when he hears his parents are on their way, fear consumes him. Unable to face them, he runs away from the funeral. At home, he's overwhelmed by memories of his grandmother, how kind she was, how she always treated him with love, how he dreamed of repaying her one day. Grief crushes him so deeply that he clutches her old shoes to his chest, sobbing. Meanwhile, Sion returns to her spiritual mother and begs her for help. The woman gives her an ancient spell book, telling her it holds powerful charms, but it's written in an old language she must learn first. The next day, Sion pores over the book at school. Wing catches her and jokes that she's studying behind his back. She explains it's important. It may contain a way to save June. She then learns June hasn't come to class that day. Worried, she goes to his house. There, she sees a dark phantom, the spirit of death. She realizes Jun is on the verge of giving up on life. She begs him not to surrender, reminding him that his grandmother worked so hard to protect him, and her sacrifice would be meaningless if he threw everything away. Then she leaves in a rush to tell her spiritual mother what she saw. The woman gives her a protective charm and instructs her to draw it on her hand and stay close to June at all times. Sion does exactly that. The next morning, she waits outside his house, follows him onto the bus, and sticks by his side. Each time she touches him, she notices the spirit of death pulls back. Excited, she decides to take every chance to hold his hand, even in class, making excuses just to touch him. Jun is bewildered by her behavior, thinking she's some sort of perverted girl, and tries to distance himself, but Sion refuses to give up. After school, she secretly follows him. Again, this time to his grandmother's grave. She sees old photos of them together and breaks down, touched by how faithfully his grandmother supported him. With tears in her eyes, she urges him to return to archery, his passion, because she knows it would make his grandmother proud. Jun recalls how his grandmother once laughed from her heart, proud of his talent. Inspired by Sion's words, he regains his will to live. He decides to honor his grandmother's wish by picking up archery again. The next day, he goes to the coach and asks to join the archery club. The coach tests him on the field. Though he hasn't trained in a long time, his talent shines through. Every arrow hits the target. Watching from afar, Sion notices that with each shot, the spirit of death retreats further. She beams with pride. Running to him, she pats his head and tells him how proud she is. In that moment, Jun smiles, remembering all her support, and realizes he's falling in love with her. Sion, too, is overjoyed, living her happiest moments. That night, Sion's spiritual mother takes her to a haunted house. A powerful evil spirit resides there, bound by a pact with a mad fortune teller who delivers victims for it to possess. Sion wants to fight the spirit, but her spiritual mother refuses, warning that if she faces a spirit stronger than her, she might be destroyed. She seals the house to keep people out, but two reckless boys, eager for live stream thrills, sneak in anyway. They mock the ghost, calling it out, "If you're a man, show yourself. If you're a woman, come to me." Suddenly, the door slams shut. The spirit takes control of one boy, then attacks the other, laughing as it kills him. The next day, Sion studies the book and discovers a way to protect Jun even when she's not around. She must place the spell inside something shaped like a face. After searching, she finds a medal. Nervously, she gives it to Jun, then bolts away before he can question her. At school, Wing notices Sion's constant attention toward Jun and grows jealous. We learn Wing has secretly loved her for a long time, but has been too afraid to confess. Now he resolves to make her fall for him. Later, on the bus, Sion falls asleep on Jun's shoulder. Wing tries to wake her, but Jun stops him, saying not to disturb her, and lets her rest against him. Meanwhile, in class, a classmate discovers a video of Sion at the haunted house. Recognizing her, he suspects she's the mysterious fortune teller. He gathers others and pressures her to repeat the same lines from the video to prove she isn't the girl in it. Flustered, Sion nearly confesses the truth. But just then, Jun steps in, defending her. He tells her she doesn't have to prove anything, then confronts the bullies, warning them never to harass her again. After they leave, however, Jun scolds her gently, telling her never to let anyone bully her or compare her to a fake fortune teller. Sion feels a pang of sadness. She wants to tell him the truth, that she really is the one helping him all along, but she fears he will hate her. Wing sees her distress and later confronts Jun, telling him he was too harsh. He explains that Sion is shy, has no friends, and doesn't know how to defend herself. Guilt hits Jun. That night, he decides to apologize. By chance, he runs into her while she's in her fortune teller disguise. Sion panics, terrified he'll discover her identity, and tries to run. But Jun chases after her, asking to talk. Then he makes a shocking request. He wants to photograph her masked face to prove to his classmates that Sion, his classmate, isn't the fortune teller. Sion freezes, torn and trembling. How can she possibly give him what he's asking without revealing everything? Jun's request rattles her spiritual mother. She snaps at him to leave, warning that if he keeps prying, she'll turn him into a monkey. Sion feels guilty for scaring him and cries the whole way home. To make amends, her spiritual mother takes her to a clothing shop, buys her a new outfit, and urges her to go make up with Jun. Sion thanks her with a hug and heads out. She meets Jun in the park. The moment they see each other, both light up. Jun apologizes for hurting her feelings. She forgives him and they're back on good terms. Suddenly, the power goes out across the area. Jun tries to reassure her. Don't be afraid. As long as I'm here, you're safe. But Sion sees a swarm of spirits circling him. She wants to say, "You're the one who should be afraid," but instead she squeezes his hand to calm him and to keep the ghosts away. She asks why he hates fortune tellers so much. Jun remembers his past. He met many of them, crooks who mocked him, and grew up unable to trust any of them. Sion is moved. She hugs him to lift his spirits. The lights flick back on. They both blush and step apart. They decide they need a change of pace and plan a little outing. The next day, Sion brings bicycles. They race all the way to school, and Wing Huang burns with jealousy when he sees them together. Sion and Jun keep going, wandering about and having fun, losing track of time. When they finally return to campus, the gates are closed, so they jump the wall. Sion's a pro at this, and she's thrilled to have someone cheering her on. She grabs Jun's hand and runs. That night, Sion's spiritual mother tells her to wait outside the haunted house. Reluctantly, Sion obeys. Inside, the psycho fortune teller is performing rituals to increase her power. She hears Sion's voice, steps out, and lies, claiming to be a friend of Sion's spiritual mother. She lifts Sion's mask and asks her to perform a ritual together to test her power. Trusting and kind, Sion agrees. By chance, Jun passes by while out training and sees Sion, masked, performing rituals. He freezes. The truth hits him. She is the fortune teller. His hope, his one bright thread, feels like a lie. Sion tries to speak to him, but he bolts, devastated. Lost in thought, Jun bumps into some school bullies. They square up to fight, but when they see him break down in tears, guilt softens them and they back off. Meanwhile, Sion searches frantically and finds Jun sitting on the ground, ghosts creeping toward him. Furious, she drives the spirits away, takes his hand and tries to explain. She hid her identity because she was afraid he'd hate her. Jun doesn't believe her. He thinks she's pitying him and tells her he doesn't want to know her anymore. At that same time, Sion's spiritual mother gathers the kind fortune tellers and leads a ritual at the haunted house. They manage to seal the evil spirit, temporarily. When Sion returns home, she sits in silence, crushed. Her spiritual mother asks why she didn't answer her calls. Sion confesses that Jun discovered she's a fortune teller and broke up with her. She weeps, saying she broke his heart. To calm her, the woman shows Sion a photo of the psycho fortune teller and asks if she's met her. Sion is shocked. Yes, that's the woman who tricked her outside the house. Alarmed, her spiritual mother realizes the psycho is plotting something dangerous. She warns Sion, "If you see her again, run." Sion promises, but decides to guard Jun anyway, even if he hates her. She waits outside his home and tries to talk when he appears, but he's still angry and walks away. Sion trails behind to keep the ghosts at bay. At school, Wing notices they aren't speaking and realizes they've fought. He drags them up to the rooftop to reconcile, but Jun refuses. He hates fortune tellers and leaves. Sion is crushed. Wing comforts her and suggests she wait until the 20 days are over to tell Jun the truth, so he won't feel guilty. Jun returns home, sees the medal Sion gave him, and throws it away. He wants nothing from her. The next day in the library, Sion spots the ghost of a child near Jun. Panicked, she rushes to him and grabs his hand, but the charm doesn't ignite. Books topple from the shelves. Jun shields her with his body, hugging her as more books crash down. He's injured and loses consciousness. They rush him to the hospital. Racked with guilt, Sion realizes she can no longer protect him if he hates her. She gives the protective charm to Wing and begs him to slip it into Jun's bag. Wing agrees. That night, while Jun is training at archery, Wing opens his bag and tucks the charm into his phone, but the phone rings. Jun hears it, takes the phone, and sits alone, apologizing through tears. Wing, puzzled, asks who he was talking to. Jun explains, a girl from his old school was hurt because of his bad luck. Ever since, she calls him cursing and blaming him. He begs Wing to stay away. He's afraid his misfortune will hurt him too. Wing is stunned and moved. Realizing how gentle Jun really is, he decides to do anything to protect him from the ghosts. He meets Sion and asks her to draw a protective sigil on his body so he can stay close to June. Sion is touched and agrees. She inscribes the charm. The next day, Wing waits outside June's house, accidentally angling for a hug, and tells Jun he'll stay over. He hands him a toy with a hidden charm inside to guard him. Jun, who's been feeling painfully alone, is quietly grateful. He starts cleaning the house, taking out bags of trash. Sion watches from afar, happy he's okay, until she sees her medal in the garbage. Crushed, she picks it up, realizing he can't stand her anymore. She collapses on the ground, sobbing as the rain begins to fall. Suddenly, June appears and shelters her with his umbrella. Sion is stunned. He's come to return the medal. He felt guilty. He brings her inside, gives her a towel and a hot drink. She's happy and thanks him. Then notices strange markings drawn over his grandmother's photos. Horrified, she tells him it's an evil spell. He explains the psycho fortune teller did it. Sion begs him to destroy the photos to break the curse. He refuses. They're his last memories of his grandmother, and remembering he saw Sion with that very woman, suspects they're in league. Sion is crushed by his suspicion. Through tears, she swears she doesn't know the psycho. That was the first time she'd ever seen her, and that she would never hurt him. Everything she did was to help. She leaves, heartbroken. June, ashamed, decides to confront the psycho fortune teller himself to remove the curse. Enraged by his boldness, the psycho slaps a charm on him to enthrall him, but it doesn't work. She realizes someone powerful is protecting him. She vows to go to his house and eliminate whoever cast the charm. There, she finds Sion's medal in June's room and moves to toss it, just as Sion arrives. Sion stops her and warns her to stay away or she'll regret it. When the psycho refuses, Sion unleashes her power. The woman staggers. Sion's spiritual energy has grown immensely. Next time, I won't spare you, Sion snarls. I'll break every bone in your face. Jun is thrilled. Now he knows Sion truly wants to save him. He chooses to trust her and follows her instructions. He burns his grandmother's photo to remove the evil spell and let her spirit rest. Sion praises his courage and, that night, stands guard outside his home to protect him from the ghosts. The next day at school, she watches over him. Whenever she sees a spirit draw near, she signals Wing to touch Jun and dispel it. Even in PE, she cheers him on during basketball. When he scores, she claps wildly. Wing, thinking there's a ghost, sprints over and hugs Jun. Sion laughs and waves him off. Not this time, I was just cheering. Suddenly, Sion's spiritual mother calls for help. The psycho fortune teller has sent ghosts to unseal the haunted house and free the powerful spirit. Sion rushes over. Together, they cut the spirits down one by one, refusing to yield despite the numbers. Elsewhere, Wing keeps finding excuses to touch Jun and protect him. The road is empty, no cars in sight, but Wing pretends to be worried and hugs him anyway. Jun is baffled by the behavior, so baffled he wonders if Wing might be into him. Bro, please, have mercy, Jun mutters under his breath. Back home, Jun finally asks why Wing keeps doing that. Wing just smiles. You'll know tomorrow. The 20 days are almost up. The curse is nearly finished. Soon, Jun will live in peace. The next day, Sion sees the school bully being beaten by his father, freshly out of prison. She steps in and helps the boy escape. He runs blindly and, tragically, chooses the worst possible place to hide. The haunted house. He slips inside to wait until his father leaves, but the evil spirit appears, moving to possess him. Sion arrives and sees the bully's dog, Happy, barking. Sion realizes the bully's life is in danger. She sprints to the haunted house, hears him crying inside, and rushes in to save him, but the door slams shut behind her. June and Wing, Huang, see her leaving class in a hurry, get worried, and follow. When they reach the haunted house, they hear Sion's voice from within. They try to force the door, but it won't budge, until it suddenly swings open on its own, yanks Jun inside, and slams again. Jun races towards Sion, but she startles when she sees him and begs him to leave. She's terrified for his safety. She tries the door again, no luck. The evil spirit then erupts out of the unconscious bully. Greedy for a stronger host, it lunges for. Jun seizes control and his voice distorts. Grinning at his reflection, he stalks towards Sion to frighten her. The instant Sion grabs Jun's hand, his eyes clear, he's himself again. "Go," he pleads. "Run. Get out. Now." Sion freezes, realizing the pattern. When she touches Jun, he returns to normal. When she lets go, the spirit takes over. She reaches for him again, but the spirit dodges, slips free, and bolts out of the house. At that moment, Sion's spiritual mother arrives. She spots Jun tearing through the woods and gives chase, but the spirit is too fast and escapes. Sion emerges carrying the bully, alive, though still unconscious. She tells Wing not to go near Jun until they get him back to himself. Meanwhile, the spirit, wearing Jun's body, wanders the streets. It spots some thugs beating a timid student for his money. Jun floors their leader and takes the cash, then keeps it, stuffing it into his own pocket. The frightened student runs. The thugs, assuming he's just another teen, swarm him, only to get demolished. Wing arrives to help but finds the fight already over, not realizing an evil spirit is in control. He walks Jun home, but the spirit needles him, calling him weak and insisting Sion could never like someone like him. Stung, Wing drags Jun to an arcade. "Fine, let's settle it. Winner takes her heart." The spirit, unnaturally sharp, crushes every game. Then a shooter cabinet erupts with gunfire SFX. Jun crumples, clutching his head, racked with pain. We learn the possessing spirit is that of a soldier who died in war with his unit. Gunfire is its trauma and weakness. Sion arrives, catches Jun's hand, and he snaps back to himself. She hustles him to her spiritual mother. The fortune tellers bind him for a cleansing ritual. But the moment Sion steps away, the spirit surges back. Sion loses her temper. "Are you kidding me?" As the exorcists pelt it with wards that do nothing. The spirit laughs. "Stop tickling me." It breaks its bonds and bolts. Everyone gives chase. Sion tackles him from behind, hugging him tight and sobbing, begging him not to run. Jun returns, moved by her plea, and apologizes for all the trouble he's caused. They take him back inside, bind his wrists and ankles, and Sion sits by him all night so the spirit can't reclaim him. Exhaustion wins. She dozes off. By morning, the knots are loose. The spirit has escaped the house again. It wanders to their school. The archery coach spots Jun, impressed by his form, and drags him to the range to get some practice. The spirit grips the bow and discovers Jun's gift. Delighted, it starts shooting, training with glee. Wing sees him and senses something's off. He confronts Jun, who socks him and runs. Sion arrives, reaches for his hand, but the spirit has learned the trick. It dodges her and sprints away. She chases him across campus until she's gasping for air. She calls out to it 3 times. The spirit answers, then suddenly freezes, paralyzed. Sion realizes it tried to cast a paralysis charm on her, but it backfired. Grinning, she grabs Jun's hand. He returns to himself. Sion decides to hold his hand all day. Wing spots them and, burning with jealousy, tries to punch Jun to separate them. The split-second break is enough. The spirit slips back in, thanks Wing with a smirk, and dashes off. Frustrated, Sion hunts him down and finds him with the coach, signing up for an archery tournament. She tries to stop him, but the spirit declares this is Jun's choice. Sion seizes his hand to prove it. Jun returns, pulls her up to the rooftop, and confesses, "All made a deal with the spirit. I enter the tournament, and it gets to control me until it finds what it's searching for in this school. When it finds it, it will leave my body." He takes the moment to hug her and lay his heart bare. He loves her. When the spirit is gone, he wants to be with her for real. Sion's eyes shine. She agrees. They'll be together once the haunting ends. She leads him back to school. Wing sees them holding hands and seethes, so Sion tells him everything. In the infirmary, she grabs bandages and ties her hand to Jun's, determined to stay connected. They spend the whole day bound together, class, library, even the cafeteria. Wing watches, dying of jealousy. By day's end, he can't take it. He charges at them on his bike to wedge himself between them, but he clips a curb, wipes out, and ruins his big moment. Sion hurries to check on him. Wing sits with her and finally confesses. He's liked her for a long time. Helping Jun was always about her. He asks for a chance. Sion thanks him for his feelings but promises to answer after they drive out the spirit. All the while, she's still holding Jun's hand. The moment she lets go, the spirit reclaims him and spits insults at Wing. Wing, furious, lunges, but Sion grabs Jun's hand again. Jun blushes with shame and apologizes. "That wasn't me, I swear." That night they lie down to sleep, still hand in hand. Sometime before dawn, Sion rolls over, breaking contact, and the spirit slips in. Jun steps out for air and runs into the psycho fortune teller. She's thrilled and invites him to team up. He laughs in her face. "I'll love tormenting villains. You're first in line. Touch Jun again, try to hurt him, and you'll regret it." He leaves her fuming and returns to sleep beside Sion. Meanwhile, Sion's spiritual mother summons a powerful elderly seer, blind but blazing with spiritual energy, to help subdue the spirit. Moments later, Sion arrives with Jun's hand in hers. The old woman senses the presence, bristles, and attacks. The spirit shoves Sion away to protect her, blocks the blow, and clamps a hand around the elder's throat. Sion dives in to stop it. The spirit snarls that the elder struck first, that it's only defending itself. Sion calms it, clasps Jun's hand, and he returns, guilt-stricken. He draws Sion into a side room and asks her to lock the door. Then he tells her to call his phone. She does, and his custom ringtone erupts, the sounds of war. The spirit collapses, writhing. Gunfire is its trigger, its battlefield trauma. It begs Sion to stop. She offers a deal. It must promise not to harm anyone. The spirit agrees. Jun bows and apologizes to the elder for what he did while possessed. Sion thanks her for the help. The next day at school, Sion allows the spirit brief control so it can continue its search. It scours the campus for a stone engraved with the names of its fallen comrades, but still can't find it. Later, at archery practice, Jun returns to the line. Sion stands right behind him, their hands still bound, refusing to let go. The coach notices Sion and Jun holding hands during archery practice and is puzzled, but Sion explains that it helps Jun concentrate. True enough, Jun shoots perfectly, hitting every bullseye. Everyone is stunned by his talent. They try to copy him but can't keep up. Still, the tournament is tomorrow and Jun worries. That night, Sion finds a solution in the spellbook, a charm that will allow Jun to control his body for one full day without her having to touch him. She stays up all night carefully inscribing the spell on him. The next day, the tournament arrives. Jun is excited but suddenly feels a sharp pain in his eyes. His vision blurs. We learn that the psycho fortune teller has cursed him, giving the evil spirit more influence. Now Jun sees ghosts everywhere, even glimpses of Sion's spiritual aura. He hides it, not wanting to worry her, and excuses himself to wash his face. In the bathroom, his old team members confront him. They sneer, calling him a failure who will lose. But Jun is confident. He boldly challenges them, promising he'll crush them all and take first place. He leaves them gaping and heads back to the tournament. There, ghosts crowd his vision, unnerving him until he spots Sion in the stands, cheering her heart out. Her voice soothes him. He steadies himself, grips the bow, and lets fly. Every arrow lands dead center. The crowd roars. But Sion notices something's off. The psycho fortune teller is weaving harmful spells to disrupt him. Determined to protect him, Sion attempts a counterspell, though it's dangerous. The backlash injures her. Blood seeps from her nose. But thanks to her sacrifice, Jun wins first place. As the medal is placed around his neck, Jun's mind flashes to memories of his grandmother, who always supported him, who always came to his tournaments. He vows to make new memories now, with Sion. He places the medal around her neck for a photo. Wing, jealous, barges in, but the three end up laughing and posing together. Later, Jun slips away to visit his grandmother's grave. He shows her the medal and whispers how much he misses her, promising he'll never forget. Afterward, he seeks out the elderly seer and confesses what's happening. He can now see ghosts everywhere. She agrees to help but warns him if he's ever injured badly or bleeds too much, the spirit will seize him completely. Terrified, Jun promises to be careful. That night, while walking home, he spots the nerdy classmate who's always bullied. To his horror, the spirit of death is trailing him. Jun wants to help, but remembers the seer's warning. He forces himself to walk away. At home, Sion waits. He doesn't tell her what he saw, not wanting to burden her. All night he holds her hand, guarding her even as she sleeps. When she rolls over on top of him, he blushes but doesn't wake her. The next morning, Sion's spiritual mother enters and finds them in a compromising position. Misunderstanding completely, she explodes, beating Jun and scolding him. Embarrassed and bruised, Jun goes to school with Sion. In class, the teacher hands out forms, asking each student to write their future dreams. Sion wishes only for Jun to return to himself. She lets go of his hand to write. Immediately, the spirit seizes him and writes its own dream. Later, Sion peaks. "I'll just want to grow up." Her heart breaks. It means the soldier inside him died young. Suddenly, the bullied nerd enters, and Sion spots the spirit of death behind him. Alarmed, she tails him. She sees him holding a knife, heading to the bathroom, planning to take his own life. Sion rushes after him, speaking gently, trying to change his mind. Jun hesitates. He remembers the seer's warning, but his heart won't let him abandon the boy. He kicks down the door, snatches the knife just in time, but is cut in the process. Blood flows. He collapses. When he wakes, Sion is at his side, holding his hand. Relief fills him. He notices she's burning with fever. Panicked, he takes her home on his bike, nurses her all night with compresses, even feeds her until her strength returns. She thanks him the next day, but insists he train. At the range, she notices something wrong. He doesn't blink while shooting. She confronts him. "You're not Jun. You're the spirit." The spirit admits it. Despite her holding his hand, it now has almost full control. Sion is devastated. She runs to her spiritual mother, who explains everything. The psycho forced the spirit to kill 99 people. Only one more and it will become a true evil entity. But in truth, the spirit doesn't want that. It only wants to live in Jun's body like a normal human. Sion's mother urges her to be kind, to treat the spirit gently until they find a way to restore Jun. That night, Sion promises to be kinder. The spirit is overjoyed. The next day at school, it clings to her, walking hand in hand as though they're lovers. Wing sees and burns with jealousy. Sion explains the truth. The spirit has taken Jun, and she has no choice but to bear it. Wing confronts the spirit, warning it to stay away from her. But the spirit admits it doesn't want enemies. It just longs for friends, maybe even love. It confesses it likes Sion. Now that Jun doesn't snap back when she touches him, it feels this is its only chance. Wing softens, strangely moved. That night, the spirit sees the nerd being bullied again. Furious, it steps in, fighting alongside another classmate, thrashing the bullies. They reassure the nerd they'll protect him now. The boy's face lights up with hope, and the spirit of death vanishes. The next morning, Sion panics when she doesn't see the spirit beside her. She finds it at the archery range, training hard. At school, it builds friendships. Classmates admire him. Girls swoon. Boys want to befriend him. Sion watches sadly. Everyone thinks this is Jun, living the dream he longed for. What if the spirit never leaves? That night, she reads in the book a ritual to speak with Jun's soul at a specific time, 1 a.m. She waits beside him until the moment comes. His eyes glaze, and his true voice emerges. They talk briefly. She assures him she'll never stop fighting for him. When the time ends, he fades back into silence. Sion is overjoyed just to hear him again. The next day, word spreads. Jun has joined the national archery team and will compete in the world tournament. Students are thrilled, taking photos with him, believing their classmate has made it big. But Sion aches. This was Jun's dream, not the spirit's. That night, the psycho fortune teller confronts the spirit, telling it that Sion has been deceiving him, speaking secretly with Jun at night. The spirit is shaken. Suspicious, it casts a spell to stay awake. At 1:30, Sion calls softly for Jun. The spirit pretends to be him, but she whispers how much she misses him and longs for the day he returns. The spirit is crushed. Her words shatter its heart. It stays silent until morning. The following day, it takes Sion to a secluded garden, standing before a soldier's grave. It buries a ring there, the ring of a comrade who died with it in battle. Then it looks at her coldly and declares, "I've decided. I'll stay in Jun's body forever." He walks away, furious that she tricked him, and vows to destroy Jun's life. His first step, he heads straight for the archery club. The spirit, wearing Jun's face, goes to the coach and declares he's quitting archery. He snaps the bow in two, drops it, and walks out. Wing, furious, digs up the ring the spirit buried beneath his comrade's grave and takes it to the psycho fortune teller, begging her to do anything to drive the spirit out of Jun. Delighted, she agrees, enters the haunted house, and performs a forbidden rite to sick the Grim Reaper on the spirit. Sion, meanwhile, confronts the spirit and begs it to stop ruining Jun's life. He's innocent. Suddenly, the spirit collapses, writhing in agony. The curse is burning through it. Sion and her spiritual mother try to help, but the spell is too strong. Certain this is the end, the spirit refuses to die. It grabs Sion's book, finds a counterspell, and casts it back at the psycho. The Grim Reaper turns on the caster, only to find Sion's spiritual mother standing in its path. She sacrifices herself, offering her soul in the spirit's place. The Reaper accepts. She dies. When Sion arrives, she finds her mother on the floor. She cradles her and breaks down in tears. The spirit hears and is overwhelmed with guilt, insisting it only acted in self-defense, then flees in panic. The psycho fortune teller tries to pursue, but Sion tackles her. "You caused my mother's death," she says through tears. "El will never forgive you." She seals the psycho inside the house. Sion then finds Jun and invokes a bargain she made with the spirit. One full day of Jun back in control. She confesses her love. They go on a date. Every place they once dreamed of visiting, they visit together. They laugh, take photos, savor a gentle, perfect day. At sunset, Sion holds him tight, asks his forgiveness, and says goodbye through tears. She sprinkles salt. Sleep falls over him. The spirit leaves Jun's body and enters hers. Jun wakes to find Sion gone. Searching everywhere, he realizes what she's done. She's taken the spirit into herself to spare him. Grief-stricken, he decides to honor her wish. He returns to school for his final year and throws himself into archery, winning gold at every national meet. He graduates, celebrates with Wing and their friends, becomes a rising star, yet he still aches for Sion. Desperate, he visits the psycho fortune teller and demands help finding her. She hands him a magic bow and suggests a hunt, capture ghosts and extract information. That night, Jun patrols the streets with enchanted arrows, subduing spirits and showing them Sion's picture. "Find her," he orders, "or I'll banish you." Terrified, they agree. Night after night, he builds a captive network, but none knows where she is. Defeated, he returns to life. Fame follows, interviews, spotlights. On a TV show, asked his dream, he says, "To find the girl I loved in high school." Wing watches, moved. He misses her too. He visits Jun and suggests sleeping in Sion's old room. Maybe he'll dream of her. Jun tries it. In sleep, he's back at school. Sion is at the board, sketching. He calls to her. She doesn't answer. He jolts awake, but the drawing lingers in his mind, an emblem of the sorcerer's house where charms are made. Jun goes there. Sion is indeed inside, but hearing his voice, hides in a chest. Jun speaks with the sorcerer about the dream. A faint thump betrays her. He opens the chest. "What are you doing in there?" She fumbles an excuse and bolts. He chases, catches her, and hugs her. "I've missed you." She coolly replies, "I'm the spirit, idiot." Jun reels, then brings her home to find a way to free Sion. Wing is thrilled to see Sion, but when she curses him mid-hug, he realizes it's the spirit. Back at the house, the spirit tries on outfit after outfit. The boys clap nervously. Then the former bully, now back from the army, drops by, spots her, and instantly calls their old classmates. Sion is back. Everyone rushes over, hugging her, laughing, singing, throwing an impromptu party. The spirit is shaken by their warmth. Tears well. The real Sion is trapped inside, cut off from all this love. Jun notices the guilt in the spirit's eyes. Later, he offers a gift and a request. "Take me instead." The spirit nods. The next morning, Sion returns to herself. Jun is waiting. He hugs her, promises to protect her, cooks her favorite food, shares a quiet meal with her and Wing. Sion is radiant, home at last. That night, Jun watches her sleep, leaves a letter, kisses her goodbye, and slips away. He meets the psycho fortune teller and makes a deal. Destroy him so the spirit within Sion will burn out and die. She agrees, drags him to the haunted house and unleashes a brutal banishment. Jun screams as the flames of the rite consume him. Sion wakes, finds his letter, and understands. Jun is sacrificing himself for her. She races to the haunted house. The sorcerer is outside, failing to open the sealed door. Sion calls on her power, bursts through, and shatters the ritual. A vision floods her, the soldier's life, the battlefield, the truth of his death. She learns his name, Hanbola. She embraces the fading spirit and bids him farewell. Out of the vision, Sion speaks Hanbola's name aloud. With the sorcerer and even the chastened psycho, she performs the final rite. Together they call Hanbola home and release the warrior from the tangle of rage. The spirit departs Jun's body in peace. Life returns to normal. A year later, Jun competes on the world stage. Arrow after arrow splits the center. He wins the gold. Sion, delayed because she stopped to help a few gentle spirits along the way, arrives late and worried. Jun is waiting. He pulls her into an embrace. "I'm proud of you," he whispers. They decide, no more running. They'll marry and build a quiet, happy life. And that's how their story ends. Not with terror, but with tenderness, healing, and a promise kept.